My name is Mike Fallat. I'm gonna teach you how to bury a body, dig for treasure. And I started from zero. You see, a lot of people are afraid to dig because digging takes energy, takes time, and sometimes there's nothing at the bottom. You're gonna have to dig if you want to be an entrepreneur, especially if you started from zero, because nobody's gonna give you the map to the treasure. Nobody. They may say they're gonna give you the map, but be honest with you, there is no map, because everybody is different. There are tools that you can get, like shovels, picks, and little gadgets to make your life a lot easier along the way. But there is no X marks the spot in entrepreneurship. This is where you're gonna have your own flavor added, your own strengths, your own abilities. And that is the only way that you're actually gonna get to the bottom of whatever you're seeking. Entrepreneurs are gonna be digging mentally, financially, physically, socially. You're gonna have to dig for good people. You're gonna have to dig for the spirituality to keep believing in yourself. You're gonna have to dig for finances because you're not gonna have it. You're gonna have to dig for the mentality to keep pushing yourself when nobody else believes in you. And then you're gonna have to dig for reasons to keep going when things fall apart. There's a movie out there called The Goonies. And basically they're a bunch of kids looking for treasure to keep their town alive without it being sold. And what they're gonna have to do is overcome crazy adversity, go through some scary situations, and actually dig to find what they need to keep their town alive.
Look, mister, I need a ride. My friends and I just had a run-in with these really disgusting people. You might have heard of them, the Fatellis. Well, we found their hideout. And could you please take me to the sheriff's station? I can describe all three of them.
Whenever I was a janitor, and I had to tell my parents that I was a janitor at night to stay afloat, I had to go down inside myself and say, it's worth it. It's worth it to look like a complete fool. A lot of people don't have what it takes to dig and dig and dig, because it doesn't take a week, it doesn't take a month, it doesn't take years. It takes me 11 years. So what you're gonna have to do is find people who are willing to dig with you. This could be a mentor. This could be, colleagues, entrepreneurs, people who have drive to believe in your vision and theirs. And then you're gonna have to dig together, because not one business was built by one person. It takes a team of diggers. And let's just think about the finances for a second. How are you gonna build a business when you have no money? Well, I did. I was able to build a business that brought in $300,000. Came from nothing, zero. Some people look at that and say, well, it's only 300,000. That's creating 300 grand out of nothing. That's looking deep down inside of that ditch, finding something that you could use and make money from. Was I the greatest book writer and reader growing up? Absolutely not. But I knew I could make money doing it, and I could do it really well. Turns out, we built a company that helps entrepreneurs all over the world do it faster, more cost effectively than anyone else. You're gonna have to dig inside yourself and say, what am I really good at that I can do and compete in the world? The digging is what causes greatness, causes strength, causes you to get better, faster, And it tests you every step of the way, or every dig that you make. As we do these videos, we have to keep getting more resourceful. We have to getting more creative. This causes us to dig internally, mentally, causing our best ideas to be underneath all those rocks, underneath all that dirt. And that's where the good stuff is. That's whenever you start to have those awakening moments of, oh my God, I've never heard or seen anything like that. And that's when magic really happens. That's when you find the treasure. See, finances are one thing. Having a team is one thing. Having the mental capacity to keep going, even when the progress is not as fast as you want. See, a lot of people would get to this part in their hole and say, this is not worth it. I'll be here for weeks, months, years, and I'm starting to get tired. You have to convince yourself that you can't get tired. You can't. Because your competitors, your enemies, everyone out there will get tired. You can't. You can't, because that would be average. And average people never make it to the top. Average people usually look at winners and say, well, they just got lucky. Of course, there's luck involved with some people. There's a lot of people born into it. Some people hit the lottery, but that mentality is not serving you. You have to look at it and say, well, if I want to win, I got to dig too. I got to dig as far as I could possibly go with as much time as I have on this planet. And then the last piece of it all is you have to convince yourself that what is underneath all of that is worth it. It's going to take your time. Social circle is going to go away. Physical abilities are going to just weaken. And that little piece at the very bottom of all of this has to be worth it. Because if it's not worth it to you, that want inside of you, that's your greatest strength. You got to want it. And if you want it bad enough, if you want that golden treasure somewhere along the road, you just have to want it more. And I know that sounds cliche, but the people who I know who are the multimillionaires, and I mean multimillionaires, just want it more than others. It's not about the money, it's just the wanting to win and to do great things. So right before you hit these roots and rocks and all these different things that are just nightmares to deal with, it's pure pain. And I was on an interview with an 8-figure earner today. We're doing a book for a man who's makes $15 million a year. We're doing a book for him. And he basically just said, right out of the gate, to become really successful in real estate, your why has to be stronger than everybody else's. So what is your why? Are you digging this just to make money and be done with it? Or are you digging to spite the old ex-girlfriend, the boss, people who neglected you, rejected you along the way? Or are you doing it for purpose, freedom, for your family now? Whatever starts to hurt, you gotta let go of. You gotta give it up. I know that eventually every entrepreneur gets questioned with how much do they have to give up inside themselves to get what they really want. And in the very beginning, I was weak. I was mentally involved or emotionally involved with every rejection. Every time someone hurt me, it stuck with me for days. You know, rejected my business or put me down. I was shy, I was timid. And it was because I was not, built like that. I had to become the entrepreneur that could take that. So you are going to get hurt along the way, and that's one of those things where it's like you need to shed your skin. Get rid of those things inside of you that will hurt you. Because what hurts you will make you weaker. But what you love to do will make you stronger. And then after a lifetime of digging, eventually you come across exactly what you're seeking. The treasure finally has come your way. And it might be in the form of the riches. It might be in the form of that boat, that house, that car you're looking for. Could come from the weapon that you've been looking for. But I believe what comes from it is the greatest story ever told. You go through all that, your story will inspire and motivate anyone who ever sees or hears your name. Especially if you started from zero.
Hey Mike, what are you doing?
Oh, just taking care of a difficult client. Nothing to see here.